Tom Cruise's was great.
Okay.
Also, one of the most generous interviews of all time. He will stand on a red carpet. This was like before I even got to Extra. I was at like an AT&T outlet, like doing like a little like digital hit. The end of the red carpet where like most of the time the actors don't even make it to. He spoke to every single person in the line, and the publicist does the proverbial like tap, like, all right, let's read it up here. And he was like, no, as many questions as you want. And I will never forget that.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
God bless America. Oh, sorry, I thought I was alone here. Anyways.
Anyone watch the Kentucky Derby?
Woo! Yeah, I love the Kentucky Derby. Always falls on the first Saturday of the month. And this year it made history with Golden Tempo because the first ever female trainer. I don't want to mispronounce her name. She's a fancy name, but I'm really excited for her.
Ryan? Sherry DeVoe.
No, not Sherry. You told it was something fancier than that. Sherry DeVoe. Sherry, not Sherry. Sherry DeVoe, it became the first ever female trainer to win the Kentucky Derby. And if you guys watched it, and shout out to the Phipps family whose horse it was. Erin introduced me to them years ago, and they are royalty in the racing family. They're also just incredible human beings, independent of what they are in the horse racing industry. But Golden Tempo was their horse, and it was so fun to watch. Steve and I were losing our mind. This horse went from 21 to 23 to 1 odds to win. The scouting report on the horse was like, it'll come out relatively strong, but like we'll lay back because it's more of a long distance horse runner. So it was a good long shot. It'll sit back. It'll come out of the gate and you're like, oh, not doing anything. Lo and behold, last place for Golden Tempo.
The aerial shot is so ridiculous of this race. It's insane.
And it was one of the, and then the jockey who wins, his brother got him in second, and then they hold hands as they're going over the finish line. I mean, my God, if you don't love sports and the subplots that are within all of it, it's just amazing. But Sherry DeVoe, congratulations to her for becoming the first ever female jockey to win a Kentucky Derby. And by the way, this was the 152nd Kentucky Derby. So just that, the history of that alone, and watching her face, I couldn't get enough of it, where she's thinking what we're all thinking. Like, oh no, okay, but okay. And then when it starts to change and he makes his move and you're just like, oh my God, could this
she's kicking,
happen?
She's kicking the stand. Cool. She's up there and she's with all her girlfriends. That was so amazing to watch. Every single like meme that they put up, or every little shot where she ran out to, and I was talking about this with my sister. I respect horse racing. I really do. My good friends are very much involved in it. But to watch her and like take that animal and kiss that animal over and over, that is a pure freaking athlete. That horse was. That was so insane. And then, like Charissa mentioned, we have good friends that are heavily involved with it. That was their horse. The shot of them going to break in their box and how excited they were. I talked to one of my girlfriends that was in that box that owns that horse. She was saying the horse was not even on the screens inside the Kentucky Derby. He was so far back.
Yeah.
So she said, unless you were there watching him, you didn't even know he was making these moves because they were not showing him. And I just said, I can't even imagine what it was like in your box. And she just said, you could see it all over their faces. It was so, I cried. I was like, I loved it so much.
Daisy Phipps, one of the owners, interviewed after the race. And it was, like I mentioned, Erin had introduced us to her years ago. And so Fox has the Belmont Stakes, which I'll be working at the beginning of June. And their family's so generous and would have gotten to know them really well. And so when she's being interviewed in the winner's circle, and they ask her, what was going through your mind when Golden Tempo crossed the finish line? She goes, you don't want to know what's going through my mind. And it was so her, and it was like perfect, but like such a great moment for the horse, the family, and of course for Sherry DeVoe to have that moment in history that
so special.
Could never be taken away from her. And this is me, I'm so delusional. My horse up at the ranch, I'm like, I think I could do this. I was like, yeah. I was like, the size, the personality, doesn't have any training and like to be, but I'm like, yeah. I was like, Steve, you think? And he's like, what? I'm like, I don't know. I just get delusional. I was like, well, why can't he do it? No, he's not doing shit. He's just eating. He's like, more carrots, bitch. Like he wants nothing to do with it. But I know we reference Steve and Jared a lot because they are our better halves. They, of course, are plus ones to all things in life. And I'm so grateful as I talk a lot. And thank God Steve is confident enough in himself to let me talk about him in all different facets, because most men would be like, oh, he doesn't care. But I talk a lot about my decision not to get married again and to not have kids because of the history that I've had and all those kinds of things. Read my biography if you care enough. But the point is that this headline got me where Bobby Flay explains why he and Brooke Williamson will never get married. Bobby Flay is opening up about why he and his wife, or excuse me, his girlfriend, Brooke Williamson, will, have no plans to get married. I don't think getting married is what I need to do, he says. Some people get married because it seems like the natural next step. And I don't think marriage equals happiness. Okay, take that in. I don't think marriage equals happiness. And I don't think that not being married doesn't mean you can't be the happiest you've ever been. So when people ask me about marriage, and again, I come from a family that my parents have been married since they were 18 years old. They're about to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary this year. Like, I have had the greatest role models of marriage. But I am under the Bobby Flay umbrella that I don't think the piece of paper defines the relationship, because I obviously have had the experience on that other side where it didn't matter. I get to wake up and every day make the decision to be with Steve because I want to be with him. In saying all that, I have really good friends, and one is to my left here, that is like, I know, but we just love Steve so much. So I think they're saying that because they don't want Steve to leave me and wake up one morning and be like, hey, I'm over this, I'm out of here. But I'm just curious, you know, and like what you guys think. Do you think that like the piece of paper defines the relationship? No? Okay, good. You make me feel better. Anyone think it does define the relationship?
Where is our piece of paper?
Oh, good.
I don't even know where that is. Do we have to keep it?
I don't know, but what was your name, sir?
Oh, I get the commitment. I got it. But we signed a piece of paper. No, I get that.
you
But
guys
I
married?
literally signed a piece of paper. I was just wondering where it was. I don't know.
I agree with you. I'm with you. I'm with you in the sense that I never needed to be married.
Yeah.
I never needed that piece of paper. I never needed that. We weren't gonna have children. That was agreed upon. So now you just stay together. But I think after we got married and we went through a lot of loss, I lost my dad, and he lost his brother, and there were a series of things. That's when the relationship is like, oh, this is what marriage is, because there's a period where it's really challenging, like almost a year, and you think, well, if that was just my boyfriend, he probably would have just like set sail by now.
Oh, okay.
Because it was really hard.
I get that.
Because he's my husband, we're gonna get through this together, and it's really hard. And so there's like a grounding in the marriage that I didn't anticipate.
You also can't predict when you're gonna need the other person.
When you what?
When you're gonna need the other person, but that time will come, and knowing that it's a given is a very different feeling.
I like hearing people's perspectives on it, because I think that two things can be true at the same time, right? So I just like to, all right, well. If I do have a wedding again, everyone's invited, because since the other two, no one was invited except for Bonek.
My second.
It was your second, okay. Did you have a big wedding?
The second time you eloped.
You eloped. See.
My first. Took it on a cliff in Big Sur.
Oh my God, thank God you didn't jump. I mean, if you're on a cliff and you're like, no, I don't want to do this. Okay. Well, good. Well, thank you guys for helping me through that, because it just,
Are we supposed to keep the paper? I keep thinking of that. Where is it?
What?
For a variety of things, like passports.
You need it for passport. Oh,
Nah, I got a guy. I don't need it for passport.
You didn't change your name.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Did you legally change your name?
I don't know. Did I?
Oh. He handles all the paperwork in our
I think
household.
so. Yeah, but where is that? In the safe? Okay. We signed it at a
does that say?
Fuddruckers in Montana.
What?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Because we had to go to the city hall or whatever, because we were getting married in Montana. So we got it, and then we were really hungry, and it's a drive. So we are like, let's go to Fuddruckers. They have fire burgers. It was great.
funny.
Great
Fuddruckers.
shapes.
I don't think I've ever been to a Fuddruckers.
Oh, God. French fries are fantastic. The seasoning, even better. It's the bun. It's the bun.
Yeah, you got to be ready for it. All right, when we get married, we'll go to Fuddruckers and sign our. Okay. That's our
Toppings
honeymoon.
bar.
Big spender. Well, that's on point with the other exes. I'd have to pay. All right. We get it. Charissa has marriage jokes. Ha ha ha.
Speaking of marriage, they're married, yeah. Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks, yeah. 38-year marriage. Wow. So Rita Wilson recently just shared, we do this, by the way, on the podcast. We talk about headlines and all that, that she thinks the secret to her marriage is a shared bathroom. She said they download everything there. But I say this with all due respect. We're big Hanks fans in our household. I would imagine that's a big bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah.
But I can't share the toilet. I can't share the toilet.
I bet they're not. I bet they're not.
Okay, raise your hand if you share a bathroom and a toilet with your significant other. Okay, raise your hand if you don't. Okay, great. Now, I just think I don't want it. There's some things that I want to be private. So I'm all about that,
Right. She was just talking about, you laugh about what you're doing. I don't think she means in the morning. I think she probably means during the day. In the mornings, you're thinking about, what are you doing today? Where are you going to be? Great. I want you. Great. I want you there. Okay. Anyway, she admits it's funny, but it's very, very true. Again, I wouldn't think this is a small bathroom.
No, you and Jared share a bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our bathroom? It's fine. Jared, what is the what is the measurements? I don't know. It's fine. Yeah. But also the other thing is we get up at different times. I get up with the kid. He gets up later. I'm not home half the time. It's not like we're really in there together. He's also really smart and knows to get out when I'm there because he doesn't want to be in there. It takes me forever when I do have to do anything in there. And he's like, smell you later. He doesn't want to be in there.
That's the point.
He comes up there to bring a drink. It's nice.
I want to smell you. Yeah. The bathroom thing. Share the sink situation if you must, but the toilets, if you are able to, find another one would be my advice. But Erin and I have talked about this at nauseam because it'll make us nauseous if you have bad breath. But interviewing, let me just take the job portion of our life out of it. Smelling your breath or your hygiene, you can't talk about first impressions. Once that happens, you can't take that back. If you've never met someone, they're like, hi, and you're like, oh my God. Could be the most gorgeous girl in the world, the hottest guy in the world, the most famous actor or athlete. And I will only remember that their breath was terrible. So Erin and I have this.
And they remember it about us.
Yes.
Athletes will tell you if you get a drink in them.
Oh,
I'm kidding. They will tell you what reporter has terrible breath. They will. Yeah. And I learned that at a very young age, and I never wanted it to be me. I have 8 million little Listerine packets in my pocket. I've got the spray with me. It's even psychotic with me that when we do get hair and makeup, if someone is talking to me, I start doing this. It's not covering how bad my breath smells. Sorry, Denise. But it's I just feel so terrible. Yeah. It is something that's been ingrained in my head since we got started with our jobs. And I am so frightened about it.
And here's my thing. If you have bad breath, is anyone going to tell you? They're just going to tell you, talk behind your back. Who's going to stop and tell you, you have bad breath?
No, but the athletes will talk about it.
Yeah. And so it freaks us out. That. So we're hyper diligent about this whole situation. Yeah. Nicole Kidman had talked about this, getting candid about her worst on-air kiss, keeping it real about bad breath. She opened up about how she struggled to kiss a co-star after he ate a falafel sandwich, which also, if you're, what? Falafel? All that reminds me of is She's All That, the falafel hat with the pita. Do you remember? Who is that cute actress? And the pita and then the falafel ball was the top of the hat. Anyways, was it Jennifer Love Hewitt? No, it's some. What? Was it? That was Amanda Bynes? Oh, thank you. All right. I'll take actresses I should know for 100 because this is why I no longer work in entertainment.
I don't know who that is.
At one point, I was on the red carpet and it was with Mario because I worked at Extra for 3 years with sweet Mario Lopez. Thanks. Extra. And I didn't know who.
It just got taken off, right? Did Extra just end?
Access Hollywood. Extra's still kicking. Yeah. It's because they said it twice. Extra time. But yeah, I didn't know anyone. Julie, my longtime stylist at Extra, and she was like, "Oh, girl, you don't know any of these people." And I was like, "No, I don't. I don't belong here." So that was short-lived. But anyways, hence
How are their breath? How is everybody's breath there? Because I feel like people that are getting interviewed don't care as much as we care.
I'll tell you who was great that really Tom Cruise's was great.
Okay.
Also, one of the most generous interviews of all time. He will stand on a red carpet. This was like before I even got to Extra. I was at like an AT&T outlet, like doing like a little like digital hit. The end of the red carpet where like most of the time the actors don't even make it to. He spoke to every single person in the line, and the publicist does the proverbial like tap, like, all right, let's speed it up here. And he was like, no, as many questions as you want. And I will never forget that because, you know, it's like I was like a baby reporter, like not knowing what I was doing, but he was so nice and good breath. So yeah, anyways, Nicole Kidman apparently had an co-star that had terrible breath. She's like, I'm like, no. I'm meant to be, I'm supposed to be into you and kissing you. Put away the falafel now because bad breath turns me off. Well, does bad breath turn anyone on? Like, is that like a weird like fetish where someone's like, yeah, have halitosis, I'm into you. Like, I don't know.
Sexy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like if I ever have I feel like I try to be cognizant of that. And there's times where you're like, it's like dry mouth or whatever, but like be aware.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm into when I do the little spray or tab it right before an interview and the guy's like, hey, can I want one of those? I appreciate that. That's so thoughtful. Shout out John Calipari. Give me one of those.
That's great.
Give me one of those.
Coach Cal.
The best.
What a dream.
I love
one
that.
Done with mints. He's like, I'll take two.
Oh, yeah. He'll shove it all
That
in.
was a pre-NIL joke. Real inside baseball, but he was a basketball coach. And still
the best. Yep. Okay, Kristen Bell. I become a real. I'm a huge fan of her anyway. Big Frozen household going on right now with us. Shout out.
Has really stood the test.
Shout out Anna.
Yeah,
Holy
right?
shit!
How many years? I feel like this has had a nice long run.
But have you watched her show? Nobody Wants This.
Yes,
it is so in Sarah and
on Netflix. Yeah, season 2, very good.
Really, really cute. And I was always into her, but after watching this show, I love her even more. Anyway, she was talking about, and I feel like this is me and you, people pleasing, the downside of it. She was talking about when she was on a flight multiple times, a flight attendant was serving her coffee with too much cream. And instead, Kristen was like, I'll just drink it because I don't want to become difficult or unlikable. And I guess a psychologist told her that's actually selfish behavior. And I don't get this because I'm the exact same way. The root is not about pleasing others. Rather, you need to be viewed as likable to others. I get that. I don't want them to think I'm a
bad reputation.
A bitch. Yeah.
Great song. No, but yeah, I'm with you. I think that there's like you want to be seen as easy to work with. You don't want to be high maintenance. You don't want to do those things. But I also think it's okay depending on how. So many things in life is not what you say, is how you say it. I know, Steve, I'm working on it. Take out the fucking trash. But it's just like it is about delivery. If you're like, thank you so, you say thank you so much. So much.
It's a habit though, and a good one. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
But then it's also like at what point you should get what you pay for. Or forget the flight attendant example because that's whatever. But like if you're in a restaurant and now you're paying for said cocktail and it's terrible the 10th time, like you should get what you want.
Yeah.
I ordered vodka.
I want to get to know Kristen Bell. I want to hang out with her. My kid would shit. He would die if Kristen Bell was.
Breaks out in song.
I don't know, but I feel like the second he heard her voice, he'd like. Just his head would explode. He'd turn into the Pet Cemetery kid. It'd be so weird.
So cute though. It's a cute picture.
Anna.
It's a really cute picture.
Yep.
But yeah, people pleasing is hard. It's I don't know, but then it also goes back to I think as I get older, it's like it's okay to not make everybody happy, but it's how you deliver the message. I think that's important. So we only have a little bit more time, but I think it's really important. You guys have, first of all, thank you. Taking time out of your schedules. In that little piece I was talking about, you have allocated time to spend it with us. So we are so grateful for that. Friends, family that have come, people that we don't know, and people that don't listen to the podcast, but hopefully you do, and people that do listen to the podcast. Thank you so much. I love hearing from you guys, and also like hence why the questions you write in for pregame and things like that. Does anyone have a question in the audience that like they want to ask or
right away back there?
Okay.
First of all, I love you guys, and if you guys were to become one person, I would want to be that
That's so nice.
25 and I've worked both the month in media space. If you guys are starting your career today, like think today, the happiest career and everything, what would the tip be to me going forward?
What do you want to do in sports?
Sideline, NCAA, and NFL on the side.
On the side?
I love that.
It's a big side.
Since college football, I grew up in Texas A&M.
It's amazing.
Full following fans, so I've always loved NCAA. But what's your advice in today's day and age?
First of all, thank you for what you said. Do you want to start? Okay. I would say number one, it sounds like you're very passionate about it. So make sure you genuinely love it. Because Erin and I talk about all the time that there's a lot of people that say they want to get into this, but does that mean that you love it enough to miss parties, miss birthdays,
Weddings,
miss different things in your life? Does it mean you love it enough to sit in row 32B by the bathroom and also go get that rental car in the middle of the night and stay at a Holiday Inn? Like it's there's a lot that it takes to like a lot of jobs at entry level, but do you love it enough to fight for it? So I would start with that. And then number two is say yes to everything. Like that idea of like, well, I want to be on air. It's like, oh, that's adorable. I want to be a supermodel. So it's like, what is it that you can do? And even if it's that circuitous route to like get you into that position, say yes to that PA. Stay back and help the guy with the tripod or the audio guy, whatever it is, the camera guy. Go volunteer. If your job is one thing, okay, I'm a production assistant. Go over to this stage manager and ask him if he can, what it is that he does and how you can learn that position. Because the more you know, the more you can do. And the more that, by the way, people are watching, executives are watching, producers are watching, talent's watching. Like, I just think that they see somebody who wants to be more than their current position. You will get to where you want to go if you show that you want to be there. So that's my advice.
Absolutely. And I echo, you have to love it. I mean, listen, our jobs are amazing. It is one of my favorite things to do, but we both worked our asses off to get where we are, and we had to love it to stick through it. I mean, it's true. I haven't been home for a Thanksgiving in years. I'm going to miss Christmas again this year. And if you come for me in the paper and say, there were other athletes, I love that. I love my job. But I will be honest, there's partners, there's family members that don't understand that. I'm lucky because my family all understands that. It is a sacrifice. So grateful to be there. But you miss out on weddings. I got married late in my life, thank God. But it is a different life, and it's not for everyone. It is so much for us. The other thing I'll say, and this is from my dad at a very early age, was I was getting job offers to be a producer. I was getting job offers to maybe work behind the scenes. And my dad said, I'll be honest with you, if you want to be in front of the camera, you need to get a job in front of the camera. Charissa took a different route, but his whole vibe was they're going to put people there. Charissa worked obviously at Fox. That helped. And also she's amazing at what she does. Everybody's path is different, but that was the right one for me. Another thing I think is incredible this day and age, and we get to see a lot of it. These teams, they all have production, production, not groups, but the Baltimore Ravens.
In-house.
Yes, they have an in-house reporter. They have an in-house features reporter. That is a place, that's where I first got my job, was with a team, thank God. And then, it launched me to other avenues. But that is an incredible opportunity. I meet reporters for the Tampa Bay Bucks. I meet them for every single team. They are great enough to come up to me. That is a place you should look into, because you are seeing all the networks come to your facility. If you are lucky enough to work with them, you can, exchange information, but definitely go talk to the teams. It's such a cool avenue, to get involved in. But love it.
Be annoying too.
Yeah, be annoying.
I can't tell you how many times
you
people
have
said
to
me, like, can you help me? I help them. They don't return the email after I reviewed their whole reel, gave them feedback. This is not about me. This is about, are you kidding me? If you just ask for my help and I'm going to give it in any job, anywhere, and you don't follow up and like, oh, I've been traveling, bitch. If you don't write that email right away, then you're telling me everything I need to know about who you're going to be in the workplace.
Yeah.
So follow up, be annoying. And by the way, I love annoying because that signals to me you want to do it. So Give me your email, and if you don't follow up, no, I'm kidding. But I will help you. We both will.
And
We
introduce
very
yourself to
passionate about
anyone
helping people.
in the industry, because you never know. You could meet our boss and make an impression, get his email, and keep pestering. That is a huge piece of advice my dad gave. Good luck.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Be annoying. I am.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Actually listener of the pod, and I just know you guys hate gross bathrooms. I'm actually an inventor, and I think I got a product that you guys might love.
Is this Shark Tank? What do you have?
Oh, my God.
My product's called Hot Cheeks, and so I'd love to talk to you about it.
Let's go. What is it?
First of its kind toilet paper holder, smart appliance that is with UV light, so it's nice and clean.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God, my sister will invest in it right now.
This is amazing.
Also heat up, so it's nice and warm.
Ooh.
So you can understand a city to a stadium.
City to the stadium. I love that.
Wow.
That's very cool.
Do you have anything for these toilets that automatically flush in airports when we're trying to
Yes.
put our pants on and it gets in
Oh
our
my
eye?
God,
And I'm
the
like, I have
sensor that's too
conjunctivitis.
sensitive?
Conjunctivitis.
What I will tell you is even when you close the lid, the germs still,
No, I'm not closing the lid on anything in it.
Some of them don't have lids.
No, they don't.
they still hit the ceiling in under 6 seconds.
Kendra, close your ears.
I hope you guys enjoy the bathroom here. No, but this is great. This is great. Can we take it and look into it?
I would love it.
This is well. By the way, you know what I want to do? I want to introduce myself and say I'm an inventor. Like that's amazing.
Thank
Good for
you so much.
Thank you
Do you have
very-
anything for
Thank you coming.
bodysuits?
Hot cheeks,
Anything
this
for
is
bodysuits?
great.
No? That's awesome.
Good for you, Sam. Yeah, give it up for Sam. Female founder and inventor. Never something I've written, but
That's
now I'm
amazing.
excited.
We talk a lot on the
gonna work for
podcast
Sam.
about having to change in public restrooms, and some of the worst are at airports, and that's our dressing room pretty much every Sunday, and it's really disgusting. So, anywho,
Yeah.
hey, another thing, got to be good in public restrooms. Got a deal.
Yeah, you're gonna be better after hot cheeks, though.
Yep.
That's right.
Go ahead.
I want to know what's the date? What's the date?
Of my wedding?
I know y'all know.
Oh, you mean the wedding?
The royal wedding.
Oh. First of all, I'm just gonna say
I'm not gonna be the one
I'm gonna
that screws it up.
Even if we did know, I have said a lot of stupid things and had to be like, okay, that's not really what I meant. For once in my life, I'm gonna not say anything. But
I'm gonna say this. I went under with anesthesia a couple of weeks ago for fertility. I'm not gonna lie. And that was the one thing I thought about before I said, oh my God, what if I go under? And then I was in the
they
shower,
ask
like
you.
showering before Jared drove me to the fertility clinic. And I thought to myself, oh my God, get it out of your head. Get it out of your head. Just worry about the process. And I was like, what if I say something under? Because I had a really, really hot fertility doctor in his 70s. Shout out Dr. Mars, gave me Mac. I don't care. I love him. And I hit on him. I just was like, you are so hot. I love you so much. But I didn't say anything. Thank God. I worried about it. I didn't tell you.
no, you didn't tell me that.
Anesthesia is truth serum,
Oh
you know?
my God.
How many NFL players are going to make an Olympic flag football team?
Oh, that's a great,
question. And I don't. Did you watch any of the? Okay, right. This is going to be a whole thing. Of like, how are they going to different skill sets? So a couple weeks ago, Erin was unfortunately not in town. She was gone on a work assignment, but we go on a group trip with all of our Fox boys, and they were talking about this. And the different skill sets of a flag football player, obviously, versus an NFL player, and a little speed and this and that. And like Gronk was like, it was this and it was that. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. It really is. And I'm seeing. I know. And just, yeah.
These
Because,
eyeballs, what?
Like, there's the eyeballs of the NFL players, but there's the skill.
correct.
Yeah. But I know the guys we work with, they are going to be so possessed because these guys want to play for the
Yo, I
USA.
know.
And I think it's going to be so interesting to see
That's
how
unique.
they try to attack this or crushed. Yeah.
No. I
Shout
know.
out Gronk and TB.
They were talking about that. They were like, it's a matchup nightmare because they can't, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
any depth chart, you're like, who's going to go up against the speed guy? Well, our speed guy is not this. Like, they just didn't have the personnel to match up because those are completely different body types for that subsection of the football league versus the NFL.
And then I'll say this, I'm gonna stay away from it. You just worry about injury.
Oh,
you
no,
just
of course.
do.
Of course. Yeah, go ahead. Honey?
Yes. Any goals that you have in your professional careers that you haven't achieved yet you would like to achieve?
Yeah, the endorsement with Uncrustables. No.
I love that question.
That's very sweet.
I will just say this. When I was sitting at the HR desk, which I had no business even sitting at because we all know I shouldn't be in HR, and dreaming of having a job on television, I have been so grateful. And I say this not with any like, oh, it's a great chicken soup for the soul. Do they still make those? I love those books. Remember Chicken Soup for the Soul? You can get on your Kindle.
I was gonna make an Erewhon joke. Great chicken soup. So good.
I can't afford it.
$50.
I spent it on the smoothie. But I have, from the time I was a little kid to the time I sat in that HR chair to the first time I was on air, I have every single time I've been on air felt like, holy shit, I get to do my dream job. And I know that it's an industry that has a lot of turnovers. You only get the job so long. And as I enter, whatever, year 18 this year it'll be, I just think to myself, how lucky am I to do a job that I love every single day with amazing people. The friends that I've met from this have become family. So to answer your question, I already have my dream job. I just want to make sure that I do the job well and maintain it so I can have it as long as my wonderful bosses will allow me to have it.
I agree. Fox is one of the best things that ever happened to me. I, unlike Charissa, am very selfish. I think Chris and I should have a morning show. I'm not kidding. I don't give a shit. I do.
We need you guys to advocate for that.
I do. I really do. An hour would fly by Monday through Friday. I know it'd be a lot. Stray does it. I think we could do it. I want to do it. I want the podcast to catapult us to do it. It would be amazing. Now, the wake up is intense, but
you know that because you've done it. And which by the way, you're amazing
do
on that
this
when you fill in.
It would be I would want it to be the Pat McAfee for women. But we have the men on, It would be
love to do that, but I'd only want to do it with you. And we'd also have to be able to say not everything, because we all know I shouldn't say everything, but we should be able to have a long enough leash where we can be ourselves.
And I think what's great about it is much like a Fallon. And listen, I don't know, they think they're like that. I know we could do it. We can get the athletes. We can get the actors and actresses. Yeah. I know it could work.
Great. So let's put that out in the universe. We'll manifest it on Netflix. Exactly. And with that, we have to go talk to the executives right now about our future plans. We cannot thank you guys enough again for taking time out of your busy schedules to spend some time with us. Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you don't, please do. And let me know how I can help.
And go Hot Cheeks.
Yes.
Hey.
I've got questions. Thanks, guys.
You're so sweet. Go Tigers. Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.